funeral is about to begin, sir.
I think we just picked up Dracula. It's got a death curse!
Are they slow moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
Well, welcome back to another episode of Never Not Horror Quick Cut. Quick Cuts is our off-week episode where instead of doing a deep dive movie review, we do something else, and this week is the next entry in our Tales From the Crypt series review with Season 4, Part 2. So the last episode was the first half of Season 4. This is episodes 8 through 14, and then we're going to walk through those with brief walkthroughs with spoilers. Then we will rank those 7 episodes, and then we will do our season ranking, top 13, which, with there being 14 episodes, you get the snubberoonie. So, yeah, so we'll do that at the end. I am Steve Clark.
I am Rich Hansel.
So, if you are new to Quick Cuts, go back and check it out. There's some good stuff in there. But what we do with this show, we like to spend the first little bit talking about what we've been into horror-related, whether it be books, movies, video games, etc. So, before we get into our feature discussion, let's talk about what we've been into. So, Rich, I'll let you take the lead here this time. What have you been into?
All right, I have watched 2 movies, and the first one I watched was from 2026, and it was on Shudder. I think it's Shudder Original, maybe. It's called The Yeti. I liked it.
Yeah?
Big time. Did you watch it?
I started it, but I haven't finished it yet.
I really dug it, man.
I just ran out of time. I didn't have time to finish it.
It's pretty much about an Alaskan expedition happens, and it goes wrong, and a search party is sent in to rescue any survivors from that expedition they had. And there's some family members. A daughter of one of the guys goes in, and then by title, it's called Yeti. They run into a monster in the woods, and it is really, really well done. I love the characters. I love the story. It seems a little more, when you think Shudder Original, sometimes you get a little cheesiness.
Mm-hmm.
This, I don't feel cheesiness at all with this. I think it's great. I don't know why it didn't get a theatrical release. If it did, it got minimal.
I don't think it did.
Theaters.
It probably did like film festivals and stuff, but I don't think it had a nationwide release.
Yeah, but I really dug it, so I highly recommend checking out The Yeti.
I'm gonna finish it
from 2026. It, like I said, it is on Shudder. And then I did finish watching 2026's Obsession.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm excited.
Yeah, I really liked it. Not my favorite movie. I liked Yeti better than I liked Obsession.
Okay.
So that's how much I like Yeti. But I did like it. I would say I would rank it a little higher than Backrooms.
Okay.
Comparable because they came out at the same time.
And now that you've seen it, I think her name's Indy Navarrete. The lead girl.
Amazing.
She makes that movie.
She does.
She's
absolutely
incredible.
makes that movie. She did a really
Without
good job.
her, it's just a run of the mill horror movie.
You're right. You're right. They hit a home run casting her.
Yeah.
So, 2 good movies I watched, Yeti and Obsession. Books, I checked out Richard Lehman's The Traveling Vampire Show.
I can't wait.
Loved it. Oh, my God.
I knew you would.
I absolutely loved it. This guy, kind of like Ronald Maffei, can tap into the 13-year-old kid.
Right. Maybe even better than Maffei.
Maybe.
Yeah,
because this was amazing. I've got to read some more of his.
I've only read 2 of his books. I've read that one, and then I've read one called Island, which was also really good. Yeah. But I feel like maybe there wasn't an audiobook version of that one, because I looked for it and I couldn't find it.
Okay.
But he's got a ton of books, though.
Yeah, but it's just pretty much about these 3 kids, 2 boys and 1 girl, and there's flyers that pop up, posters about a traveling vampire show, and they want to go see. Check it out, but you got to be 18 years of age or older. There's some bloodletting and some nudity, so one of the boys gets his aunt to buy the tickets, and so they're able to get in there. They meet the people. Some things go weird, and they think there's people watching them. Some of these people, they're cult-like, these vampires, and things are happening in their houses. And they see a dog. One of the girl friends, she sees a dog get killed, and she thinks that these people are nuts, and she don't want to go to the vampire show no more. But the other two boys, they really want to see it, and then they put the bet on it. If the vampire lady, that's just promoted as a vampire lady, sexiest woman you ever see.
Right.
They put money on if she's a knockout, or a bet. It's not money. Whoever, if she's pretty, one boy has to shave his head, and if she's not, the other boy has to shave his head. But just so good. And I mean, this guy, the sexual tension in this, because one of the boys likes the girl that is one of his friends, and there's this weird, awkward thing. We've all had it, we had a crush on a girl that was just a friend, and you're trying to hide it because you don't want to look like an idiot, and it's just, you're shy, and he taps into that so well.
Yeah, he writes that youth age, like just
oh my gosh,
the awkward horniness of teenagers.
I'm like, get out of my head, man.
yeah.
It's so good.
It's probably been maybe 5 years since I read it. I've only read it the one time, but I remember the ending is like a topless battle between his mom and the vampire chick, and it's just like a teenager wet horror dream or something.
It is so good. So good.
I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, I really liked it. And so then the second one I just finished today, audiobook again, was Ronald Malfi's Snow.
Man, 5th Ronald Malfi book.
Yeah, this one was published in 2010. It's pretty much about a man traveling to see his son, and he's going to fly out of O'Hare Airport in Chicago, and I think he's heading to Iowa, I think is where he's going. But a big snowstorm comes, so they cancel all the flights, so he decides to rent a car. Everybody thinks he's crazy because the weather's so bad, but he says he's doing it. He does meet a lady that is also traveling, and they decide to rent the car together, and it's on his way. He can drop her off and go. And then they meet an older couple, and they split the price, so they're going to ride along too. So we get 4 people in the car, pretty much 4 strangers. The couple is a married couple, elderly couple. So, but they're driving through the woods, and a man runs out, and he kind of swerves to miss him, and they crash the car, and blows the radiator out, and they're stuck in a snowbank. And they ask, this guy's a real big giant guy, and he's kind of weird, and our main character's not liking this guy at all, and the other people are, we should help him, and ask him, what are you doing out here? It's freezing. What's he out walking around? And he said his daughter's lost in the woods, and he asked them to help him find him. And it's just, the beginning is very, very good, and I was really sucked into it. Now, this was I want to say it was a 14-hour listen, so probably 700-page book.
A longer
probably.
book, yeah.
But they end up walking to a town that this man says there's a town up ahead. They go there because their car won't run, and there's no lights, nothing. The town's dead, and then they run into these snow creatures that are like, the snow will start twisting, and then there's a figure there. It's pretty good. It's I would say it's my least favorite Ronald Malfi book so far, but the other ones are bangers.
I mean, 4 out of 5 is damn good.
And if it wasn't Ronald Malfi, I might have quit on it.
Okay.
Because it was just so long, and I was kind of getting lost. There was a lot of characters popping up at different points, and when you're mowing grass and listening to audiobooks, sometimes your mind wanders, and then you pop back in, 5 minutes later, and like, who in the hell is this? You want to rewind it, but I don't know. It was close to being a DNF, but with his endings and those twists that he has,
you got to ride it out.
And I'm glad I did. I'm really glad I did. I can't say I'd recommend it. I would recommend the other Ronald Malfi's first for sure, and then give this one a try. You might like it.
All right.
But that is it. That's all I've been into.
All right. I am in the same boat, 2 books, 2 movies. So I'll do the books first. So the first one I finished, I read a new Brian Smith book. Ooh. Which you've been on board with some Brian Smith. Depraved Halloween. Yep. He has a new book that came out maybe a month or 2 ago.
I got an email about that because I signed up to his email.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what.
Well, he's got one that's coming soon, but the one that just came out is called One Night at the Skull Spark Club.
Yeah. Yep.
So I read that one. I actually also have a signed paperback of it too.
Ooh, nice, bragger.
Yep, I know. I think I have 6 signed books from Brian Smith.
Cool.
But so this One Night at the Skull Spark Club is about. It's a little bit different than his normal stuff. It's about this group of friends, 2 guys and a girl who are in their 50s. They were friends back in the day, and they were like punk rockers together and go to concerts and stuff. And this band that they loved back in the day called the Bile Lords. It's coming to town to this little shitty bar. They're like, I can't believe this band is coming here. We got to go. Like, we got to get back together. They haven't been hanging out. Like, they've moved. Like, they've living their lives. They're in their 50s now. So they get back together and go to this concert. And then it kind of spirals into, it's actually like really smart. I'm 43 now. I'm not 50 yet, but I'm not far off. And it's like a commentary almost on like your friendships and aging and just how things used to be versus how they are now, and just the way you change as you get older. And the first half of the book is like that, and it's really smart, really well done. And then they end up getting to meet the guy from the Bile Lords. Like, some roadie comes out and offers to bring him back, and it turns into a Brian Smith book at that point. And it's still not. It's not as hardcore as some of his other stuff, but it gets occulty, weird ritual shit, and it was really good. I liked it a lot. So I don't believe there's an audiobook version of it, but it paperback and ebook, and I have a paperback, and it's not long. It's maybe 150 pages. It's a shorter book, but One Night at the Skull Spark Club, Brian Smith, good book. I definitely recommend it. The other book I read, it was my first book by this author. It's an author that you've talked about before. That's been on my list for a long time, but I'd never gotten to it. I read an Adam Neville book. I finished it on the way here to record on audio, actually. I had like 6 minutes left. But Apartment 16 is the name of the book by Adam Neville.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Very similar to the Ronald Malfi book you talked about, how you almost didn't finish it. I almost didn't finish it. It's well written, and it was good. Like, it's about this apartment complex. It's not a complex, like an apartment building for richer people in England. This girl, her great aunt lived there, and she died, and she's the only her and her mom are the only living relatives, so it gets like willed to them. So the niece comes to check it out because they're going to sell it and sell all the stuff, and so it's her part of the story. But then there is a front desk person on night shift who works there, and so you get parts from his story, and weird shit is happening in this. There's an apartment 16 that nobody lives in, and this painter used to live there back in the 50s that was into some occult shit, and it turns into this historical thing where back in the 50s shit was going down, and the residents like tried to stop it, and then now the residents are trapped there, and they're like 90 now, and they're getting picked off, and this girl's trying to figure out what's happening. I mean, it was interesting, and I made it all the way through, and I finished it. It's too long. Like, it should have been a much tighter. It could have been a much shorter story, and I think it would have been better for it.
I've read 2 or audible 2 of them, and both of them were a little too long.
Yeah, I mean, he writes well. Like, I like his writing, but it's just too bloated. Like,
I agree.
They could have been tightened up a little bit. But,
I agree.
So I liked it, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. At least not that one. But
Yeah.
so Apartment 16, Adam Neville. All right, my 2 movies I watched. This one was, I think it was 2026. It's either 25 or 26, but it's on HBO Max. It was in theaters. A movie called Undertone.
Never even heard of it.
It was in theaters. It's about this girl who records a podcast with another dude, like through the internet. But her mom is basically in hospice care. Like, she's caring for her in their house, but she's unresponsive. So she's taking care of her mom. And then at night she does this podcast where it's sort of like a weird shit podcast, like spooky stuff. Like you don't get a ton of examples, but in the movie, her partner has come across these audio files that are hard to explain. There's like 10 videos that someone emailed them, like, listen to this and see what you think. And the videos keep getting weirder and weirder, and weird shit starts happening in her house where she's staying with her mom, who's in hospice care. Very creepy, unsettling movie.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was a movie, like, I don't know that I would watch it again, but I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Okay.
It was interesting, very creepy, and the reveals, what it ends up being, was pretty creepy, scary shit. So I liked it. I would definitely recommend watching it. It wasn't a fun movie that I would watch again, probably.
Yeah.
But definitely worth your time to watch.
Undertone.
It. So, Undertone. It's on HBO Max. Then the other one I watched, Terminal Island on Shudder.
Did you watch it?
I watched it. Holy shit. Man, this is the most 70s movie I have ever seen. I totally get why you loved it. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I loved it too. I mean, I turned it on. It's just like, this is from the soundtrack. Just
yeah.
And then, I mean, just the nudity and like, I mean, it's just oozes 70s.
It does, big time.
Yeah, and I mean, you explained it last week, so if you didn't catch the last Quick Cuts episode, it's on Shudder now. It's from 1973, I believe. And it's set in a world, or in a future, whatever, where in California, the death penalty has been removed. And it's sort of almost like an Alcatraz deal. They have an island where they send prisoners, but instead of it being a prison, they're just left on this island. And it's like, oh, fend for yourself.
Yep.
And so the prisoners have made little tribes. There's like one main tribe that have enslaved all the women, but then there's like some renegades that are out, like, that aren't supportive of this, so they're doing their own thing, and they end up breaking out the women, and it turns into a battle between the two tribes. I agree with you. I don't know why it's on Shudder, because it's not a horror movie at all.
No,
it's just
really.
It's almost like an action thriller kind of thing, but damn, is it a fun watch.
It is so fun.
Really fun. Yeah, super young Tom Selleck that you'd be hard-pressed to even recognize, and really good. I really had a fun time with it. Like, that is a movie I'll watch again.
And the guy one of the black guys in it is actually PT, that is the helicopter pilot with Tom Selleck in Magnum PI.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, one of the co-stars of Magnum PI, so they moved on to do that together.
That's why. I mean, I had never heard of this movie, and
you said I'd never heard of it either. You said you didn't watch a lot of Tarantino.
I've seen some, but not a lot.
Man, it gives so much Tarantino vibes from one of his movies.
No, Pulp Fiction, of course, but Django Unchained, I've seen that.
Yeah, it feels like more like
Hateful Eight. Hateful Eight. It's got a number in it.
It feels like that, except
I
mean that kind of
a little bit. I've seen some of that movie.
Yeah. That acting and the soundtrack and stuff just. I don't know.
Yeah.
I loved it when I watched it.
I loved it too.
I was smiling the whole time I watched that movie.
Terminal Island on
highly recommend.
Available on Shudder. If you like 70s throwback, like almost, I don't know if I wouldn't say it's exploitation, but kind of.
It's kind of. It's right there.
Yeah. I mean, it was a fun watch though. I definitely enjoyed it. Well, that'll cover what we. Oh no, one other thing I wanted to hit. Not something we've been into, but feel like this is never not horror podcast. There have been as of today's recording, which we record 2 episodes back to back, and this is the second episode. So this episode will air late August, but it's actually mid-August when we're doing this. But there have been 3 celebrity deaths in the last couple weeks that have been horror movie related. That I feel like is worth. Sam Neill passed away.
Yeah, that was sad.
Yeah,
man.
Sam
I
Neill,
love Sam
Event
Neill.
Horizon, In the Mouth of Madness, Jurassic Park is what he's most famous for. But I mean, he's done quite a bit of horror stuff, and so yeah, he passed away a few days ago. Reggie Bannister, Reggie from Phantasm,
Yeah.
he passed away, and then yesterday, as of this recording, Hayden Panettiere passed away, which she did a little bit, like she was in at least one of the Scream 4, and maybe one of the other ones.
I think so.
She also did some video game stuff, and there's a horror game called Until Dawn that they made a movie of last year, and she was one of the character models of the main character in Until Dawn. So like it looks just like her in the video game. So some horror stuff that she did too, but just some memorial stuff there. Yeah, several of horrors well known have passed away recently, so felt like we should give our condolences. Well, let's go ahead and do this Tales from the Crypt thing. So season 4 part 2, we got 7 episodes to walk through, and then we will rank those. Again, we will do brief walkthrough of each episode. We won't do the whole full thing like we do with the movie reviews. And there will be spoilers, so if you haven't seen them and you don't want to be spoiled, you're going to go watch them first. Tubi, Shudder, anywhere now. You can rent them anywhere.
Yeah.
After we go through these 7, we will rank these 7, and then we will give our top 13 of the season 4. So, here we go. And again, before we start, we always do the thing, overall opinion as of each batch of episodes. And I always lean into you first. Where you at on this batch?
I was okay with it.
Yes,
I think there was more. I think the second half of season 4 was better than the first half. I think there was more
overall.
Overall.
Yes.
Now, I'm not going to give out my favorite ones, but
I had to scroll back and look at the first half. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Overall, this was a better average.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yes,
but
might be a spoiler for my top 13 later. But, all right, I'm with you. And I feel like generally speaking, we have been of the same mind every time with that.
Yeah.
And we still have completely different rankings every time, which I don't expect this to be any different.
I don't either.
I'm waiting for the day where we just line up and it's like the stars align.
Last episode we had.
Last time was pretty close.
Yeah.
We had 2 the same and not many that were way off, but we'll see. Probably not this time. All right. So, and again, the orders may be a little off from what you're watching. I'm going off of what the AMC Plus list is. So, first episode for me, episode 4, was called Showdown, directed by Richard Donner. Noteworthy, we don't always say the writer, but noteworthy here, this was written by Frank Darabont. Who,
Green Mile.
Green Mile, Shawshank. Yep. Starring David Morris and Neil Guintoli. And this one is it's a Western. We get this outlaw who is killed a lot of people. I mean, he's a
nasty guy. Yeah, Billy the Kid, like
basically. Yeah, and his name is Billy. Right. It's a play on Billy the Kid, even though he's not really. But he's killed like some of the top lawmen out there, and he just keeps getting away. Fastest gun in the West kind of thing.
Yep.
He gets to this town, and there's a Texas Ranger there who's come to get him, and they have a
showdown,
a standoff in the street. A draw thing, and he beats the Ranger because he's the fastest draw. Shoots him twice and kills him, and then he goes into like a saloon, and there's this salesman guy sitting there. Tells him, he's like, I think you look like a card playing man. So he comes over and plays cards with him, and he tries to offer him this elixir that's supposed to make him faster than anybody, and he doesn't believe it. He's like, you're a snake oil salesman, and he tells him, "I'll give you the first bottle for free, and if you don't feel faster, I'll give you the money. I'll give you the $1 back." And then so he takes it and he drinks it, and then he starts noticing that all the other people in the saloon are familiar to him. And it turns out they are all people he has killed before. Like Doc Holliday is there. Like it's all people that he's killed. The Texas Ranger he just killed in the street.
His buddy he killed.
Yeah, in the beginning, he's got a buddy with him that's injured, and he ends up putting him down because he's slowing him down. So all these people are there, and they kind of just start swarming him. And it turns out, like, they're telling him basically, "You're dead." And the ranger that he killed tells him, like, "My posse was out there, and after you killed me, they killed you."
Yeah, he's like, "Tell me, you don't remember walking to the bar, do you?"
Yeah.
He said, "You was just in here when you woke up."
Yeah, and he can't argue with that.
Yeah.
So, but he's in denial or doesn't believe it, and then all of a like, I think they leave or something, and all of a sudden, like, a group of people come into the saloon, and it's modern day 90s people with like 90s attire and boom boxes, and it turns out that he is a ghost, and we end up seeing the flashback of what happened after he killed the ranger. There were people all over the town, and they all came out and shot him and killed him. So in the end, he acknowledges that he is a ghost, and he saddles up with all the other ghosts of the people he killed, and they ride off into the sunset together. That is Showdown. The next episode is episode 9. It's called King of the Road, directed by Tom Holland, who has directed several of these, and starring Raymond J. Barry and Mr. Brad Pitt.
Yep.
A very young Brad Pitt. And this one is about Brad Pitt is a drag racer, and it opens with him racing a dude who ends up rolling his car. And then Brad Pitt shows up to this dude's house, and basically this guy is a cop, probably in his 50s, 40s, 50s. But back in his younger days, he was like the best of the best drag racers, called the Iceman.
Yeah, the Iceman.
And Brad Pitt he's like been taking the best off his list, and he wants to race the Iceman.
Tattoos of each guy on his arm, and he's got the Iceman's neck.
Yep, he's taking out all these legends because he wants to be the best. But the Iceman doesn't want to. He's put that life behind him, and he's got a family. He's got a daughter, and so basically, Brad Pitt ends up like strong arming him into racing him. He ends up like seducing the daughter and hooking up with her. Ends up kidnapping her. So finally, the cop agrees, and he goes to this junkyard where his old racing car has been being cared for by this old...
Been giving it tune-ups every year.
Some old, like, vagrant dude that's been taking care of this muscle car for him, and they go out and race, and they go to an airstrip, and the Iceman beats him, and then Brad Pitt doesn't stop in time, and he drives into, like, a tractor plow thing, and smashes, and he's basically almost dead, and then he lights the car on fire on purpose to blow it up, and so that is the end of that one. That is King of the Road. But Brad Pitt it's just fun to see a young Brad Pitt, because he doesn't even sound like himself in it all. His voice doesn't even sound right. Episode 10 is called Maniac at Large, directed by John Frankenheimer, starring Bluth Danner, Salome Jens. And this one, it's about a librarian she works in a library. She's a new hire.
Kind of the assistant, librarian assistant.
Right. There's a head librarian, there's a security guard, and they work in this library in a city, and there is a serial killer around that's all in the news. It's killed several people, so everybody's on edge about it, trying to figure out what's going on. There's this weird dude at the library who's reading books about serial killers and very creepy, putting out strong vibes that he might be a serial killer, and he's talking to that new librarian all the time, and she's real uncomfortable. Then the security guard is also a little weird. There's a part where she has to go to the basement, and she sees the shadow of someone stabbing someone, so she gets a security guard. And he tries to put the moves on her in the basement a little bit.
And he's drinking.
He's got a booze stash down there. So that's a little weird. The head librarian is kind of an old hag, and she's pretty mean to the
Makes them stay
all the
late
staff
and
and
stuff.
makes them stay late and do stuff. And so the whole time you're just on edge about this stuff. And then the new librarian has to stay late one night. And then this dude shows up after closing, banging on the windows. And she doesn't let him in. And she like hits the alarm so the police will come or whatever. Then the creepy guy stays late. So like you said, red herrings all over the place. Like who is the killer?
Is Agatha Christie.
Yeah. And then the head librarian comes back and she's being a little weird and suggests like, well, maybe the killer's actually a woman. Wouldn't that be a surprise? And in the end, our new librarian ends up stabbing and killing the old librarian, and we learn that she, in fact, is the serial killer. Yes. That's the big twist.
And she's
that it
just
was
really
her.
crazy.
And she's like, well, I guess I have to go find a new job again. So that is Maniac at Large. Episode 11 is called Split Personality, directed by Joel Silver, starring Joe Pesci and Jacqueline and Kristen Citron, who are sisters, twins. And in this one, Joe Pesci plays a con man who, in the beginning, he's in a casino. There's a dude playing blackjack, and he gets in over his head, thinks he's betting $5, but it's actually $50, and he can't afford to lose. And Joe Pesci shows up and helps him win, and then he convinces him, like, the other guy tries to give him some of his winnings. He's like, I can't take it, like, but I have this great offer. You invest with me, I'll invest your money, we'll double it in 2 weeks. And the guy totally falls for it, and it's all just a scam. He's a con man. And we learn we see him in bed with a prostitute, and he's talking about how 2 is his favorite number, and he's always wanted to get it with twins. And then we see him driving somewhere, and he has a flat tire next to this really fancy house. So he goes up to the house, and it turns out there are twins there, of course. Twin daughters daughters of a famous architect who has passed away. So they've inherited his fortune. So Joe Pesci, he's got this bright idea. Yeah. He
wants all the fortune.
He wants all of it. So he's going to befriend these twin girls who are very naive and weird. Yeah. And so he starts working on them, being a classic charmer guy. And then eventually he like kind of divides and conquers them a little bit to get them both in love with him. And then he comes up with this idea, since they each have half the fortune, that he needs to marry both of them. So to do that, he tells them that he actually has a twin brother who is in South Africa because they have holdings there that's very important. So they have to split time to manage.
Be there at all times
to manage it. So so he tells them that he's going to go to South Africa, but his twin brother's coming up, and he will stay with them while he's gone. And his twin brother is like a California, like extravagant, like flamboyant dude compared to New York Joe Pesci, like straight out of Casino. and he's got this is when Joe Pesci had hair, and he's got a fake ponytail on when he's the twin brother. So he ends up convincing them, and he marries both of them. They each marry one of the girls, and so he's just a month at a time traveling back and forth. But he ends up getting caught because he gets a sunburn when he's laying out by the pool, and he has like a towel laying on his back, and it leaves a big mark on his back from the sunburn. And then the sisters are talking later that the one that was in South Africa just came back, and he had this cute sunburn, and the other one's like, my guy had the same thing, and it happened before he left, and they figure it out. So, and in the end, they confront him, and what's the old Bible tale where like both women are trying to claim the kid is theirs, so the judge says to cut him in half, and they can both have half. And then the real it's a Bible thing. But anyway, they agree to split him because they're both married, so they
whip out a chainsaw.
With a chainsaw they cut him in half from the growing up, very Terrifier-ish. And then the episode closes with them in their adjoining rooms with half of the body, and they're laying there talking to it. So that is Split Personality. Next up, we have episode 12. It's called Strung Along, directed by Kevin Yeager, who also I believe he did the Lower Berth episode, the origin story.
Yeah.
or him or his brother, because one of them did that. One of them does the puppet effects and stuff from the Crypt Keeper. Starring Donald O'Connor, Patricia Charbonnet, and Zach Galligan. In this one, a guy who was a sort of like a classic TV puppeteer. He had like a marionette puppets, and he did like a TV show, and he was famous in the 50s. Now he's older. Obviously, it's an old art form, retired past his prime, but he has a younger wife, and there's this opportunities come along for him to do like sort of a tribute show and come out of retirement and do a show. So he's excited to do it. And his wife brings in like this young puppeteer student to help learn from him and maybe teach him stuff of like modern tech or whatever.
Mm-hmm. From her acting school. And he's more into like mechanical, like robotic stuff. Animatronics,
yeah. Where the classic dude is all about the art form of marionette and the wires and all the things. So, but they make a quick friendship and start working together on new material. But the wife doesn't like it that the new guy is changing his material because it's supposed to be like a tribute to 50s children's comedy or whatever. And they kind of get into it. The guy is suspecting his wife might be cheating on him. We also get some hints that he's got some health issues where his heart's messing up a little bit. And then so there's like a blow up scene where the wife tells the young puppeteer guy that's helping out that she doesn't want him to come around anymore, that because he's kind of taken over and that's not what she wants for her husband. And he accuses her of cheating, and so there's a big fuss, and he has to leave. But meanwhile, like while all this is going on, we see several scenes of the old puppeteer, and we hear the voice of his puppet, Coco, talking to him.
And it could be his conscience.
Sure. I mean, that's kind of what they're pitching, but we get to a scene where the puppeteer guy, he's thinking about getting rid of the wife or divorcing her or something, but he's like, I can't do that, whatever. And then his puppet, Coco, which is like a clown-looking puppet, is gone. And then he hears his wife screaming, so he goes upstairs, and he finds his wife is on the ground, and Coco the puppet is stabbing her to death, and she's screaming, and he has a heart attack when he sees this, and he dies. But then the door opens, and the twist is the student was actually Rick, the guy that he had overheard her talking on the phone, and this was all a ploy. She's not really dead. It was his animatronic puppet that was stabbing her.
He come out with remote control. Yeah.
So they start making. He's not dead yet, but he's dying, and they like kiss in front of him, and so it's big cross there. That was the big twist was that was that. And then after he dies, she goes to call the police, tells him he's going to go clean it. Or she asks him, what did you do with the real Coco? Because it was missing from the basement to make him think it was his puppet was killing his wife. And he's like, I put it under the bed. And he goes to look under the bed while she's getting cleaned up. And then the puppet's gone.
Raises up.
And the puppet is there. And it slices his throat. And then she comes out after she's cleaned up. And he's like, what are you still doing here? The paramedics are coming. And then she sees he's been like strung up like a marionette, and then she gets killed as well. And then when the police show up, he's like, you're not going to believe this. And they open the door, and the wife and the lover are strung up on like the poster bed like marionettes. And then the clown Coco puppet is up there with the husband's face like grafted onto it. Yep. So that is Strung Along. All right, we got 2 more episodes. Next one, episode 13, is called Werewolf Concerto. This one is directed by Steve Barry, starring Dennis Farina, Timothy Dalton, and Beverly D'Angelo. This one is about these people are at like a ski resort kind of thing.
Remote.
Right, and they're kind of stranded there, and one of their in the opening scene, there's an old guy running through the woods, and he is being stalked by a werewolf. And werewolf catches him and kills him, and you get this scene of where it's holding the severed head, howling at the moon.
Looks good.
It does. And so these people know that there's a werewolf in their midst. So the leader, the owner of the hotel or whatever, says that there is a werewolf hunter there with them who's going to track it down and solve everything. and
he's going to remain anonymous.
He's going to remain anonymous because they don't want everybody hounding him. And so there's a guy who we learn is the werewolf hunter, but he's also kind of a flirt. Like there's Beverly D'Angelo's there, and he's flirting with her. It's trying to get with her, and he's investigating, talking to some people. Ultimately, turns out he is the werewolf. The investigator is the werewolf.
Yep.
Perfect cover. And he starts turning and kills one of the servants, and then in the end, the twist is Beverly D'Angelo kills him. She like rams a spike through his back, and it turns out that
silver
candlestick
holder,
and kills him. And it turns out that she is in fact a vampire, and vampire and werewolves enemies, So
she is the hunter.
She is the hunter. Yep, the werewolf hunter.
Yep.
Right, which he was supposed to be too. But yeah. So it's like the twisty twist. Yeah. All right. And the last one to cover, Curiosity Killed, episode 14, directed by Elliot Silverstein, starring Kevin McCarthy, Margot Kidder, who we just talked about in Amityville Horror last week, which, when you turn this on, you'd be like, Margot Kidder's in this? Really? But anyway, there are these two elderly couples, and they are camping. They've got their campers. Kevin McCarthy is with his wife, who pretty much a hag, just nagging him all the time. She doesn't want to be out there. She doesn't want to camp. She doesn't like it. She's not having a good time. And then there's another couple, and we learn that the two men were in the war together, and the other guy wants to repay Kevin McCarthy for saving him when they were in the war. And they are talking, and we start to get the feeling that the plan is to kill his wife, and that they've done this before. They go out into the forest and find this skull with flowers planted in its mouth, and it turns out that dude's wife is a voodoo priestess, and they've got these flowers and this elixir that when you mix them together, it basically gives you eternal life.
Yeah, you
and
get your youthfulness
get your
back.
youth back. You'll like de-age instantly. And the husband wants to give that to Kevin McCarthy as a gift for saving him in the war. So he shows them, they do this. That dude's wife, the priestess, drinks the potion, and she turns young again, and they're like, oh my God, this is going to work. So they're going to do it, but Kevin McCarthy's wife is a bitch, and he decides he's not going to give it to her. He's not going to relive all these years of her nagging, so they're going to do it, and they're not going to share it with her, and she's going to die, and he's going to be happy. So they have their pot of the potion, and they got to squeeze the flower stuff in it, but she had doubled back and poured vodka in the thing.
You find out in the beginning, if you mix any kind of alcohol with it, it's poison pretty much.
But they don't know that, and they drink it, and she comes out of the camper, she's like, how does it taste? And they die, and the effects are really good here. Like they just shrivel up and then eventually fall over and just to dust, basically. Yeah. But she had saved some of it for herself that wasn't poisoned. So she drinks it, and she turns young again, and she's Margot Kidder. And then, so there was the twist, but then the double twist, as we do, the pot with the stuff had dumped over, or her cup that wasn't poisoned had fallen after she drank it. Yeah. And they have a dog that was an old dog, like gray muzzled. Yeah. And it drinks it, and it turns young again, and then it attacks her with its young, youthful vigor.
It didn't like her anyway.
It didn't like her anyway, and it just tears her ass up. So she was young again for like 3 seconds, and then that dog tore her up. So, and then at the end, you see some campers showing up, and they find this little puppy, and it's like, oh, I hate when people abuse dogs, and like, who's out here with you? And then it camera pans, and you see her half-eaten skeleton or body and just torn all to pieces. So it did not pan out for her. So that was Curiosity Killed, episode 14. That covers the back half 7 episodes. So let's go ahead and get into our ranking of those 7. So, Rich, I'll let you kick it off this time. Curious to see where we, as always, where do we land up? Where do we match? Where do we don't? Probably not much at all.
Yeah.
But go ahead. What is your least favorite from this batch? Number 7.
All right, number 7, and this surprised me because when I saw the title, I was like, man, I'm gonna like this one. Werewolf Concerto.
All right.
Is my number 7. It's the one where the werewolf, and this is really the first one where I had to like Google it. I was confused as shit.
I did the same thing.
I was like, what is going on?
Now, to be fair, I watched this one while I was working.
Yeah.
And when it was over, it's like, what did I miss? What happened? And I ended up Googling a recap of it.
Yeah,
that's
they
funny.
didn't do a very good job of explaining things. And it was a really short episode. I think it was only 24 minutes or something like that. So I don't know why they didn't take a little more time and explain what things are going on. Like the Nazi guy, I didn't even see that. The old man that he kills first, he thought he was the vampire hunter.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, the werewolf hunter. So he kills him, and turns out he was just a Nazi criminal.
Right.
And it was just, I was like, what in the world happened? But it had promise, but it just didn't land for me.
Yeah.
You know, I thought the actors were good, but yeah, I was confused as shit. So
right.
That's why it is number 7.
My number 7 is Showdown, the Western episode where he starts seeing the ghost of all the people he killed. It was fine. I didn't dislike it, but I mean, when I go through these, I think about like which one would I rather watch again, I guess, and that one was just the one. I mean, it was fine. It didn't really make sense to me at the end that they all rode off together, like they were all buddies. But yeah, my number 7, Showdown.
Yep. All right, we'll get to number 6 here, and my number 6 is Maniac at Large. That's the library assistant and the maniac that's on the loose serial killer, and it turns out to be
her.
The one you least think it could be, but everybody could be it. Yeah.
Yeah, they red herring everyone, and it turns out it was the main character.
Yeah, so it was okay, but I was not really impressed.
All right, my number 6 is Werewolf Concerto. Agreed. I had to Google it. I just didn't. The werewolf looked good. The effects were cool. But I love Beverly D'Angelo, but
I do too.
Story wise, it just really wasn't there for me. So yeah, not much to say about it. Wasn't crazy about that one.
All right, we're to number 5, and I put on Curiosity Killed. The 2 elderly couples that go out camping and they find the kind of the fountain of youth, and the wife doesn't get it. But yeah, it was okay. The makeup was okay. It did not look like Margot Kidder at all.
No, not at all.
They hit her well. Yeah. I mean, McCarthy still.
You could tell it was someone in makeup, but I didn't know it was her. Yeah.
But it was okay, but it was slightly better than Maniac at Large for me.
Yep. My number 5 was Maniac at Large, the librarian. Same thing you said. I mean, it was a case study of red herrings.
Yeah.
The whole time.
Yep.
And I mean, the twist was kind of fun, but overall, it was just fine. So, Maniac at Large, number 5.
All right, 4 for me is going to be Strung Along. That's the marionette puppeteer that ends up having his wife cheating on him with the young assistant, but it was good. This is probably the first one that I really enjoyed, and I dug it. It was fun, but yeah, Strung Along, number 4.
All right, my number 4 is Curiosity Killed, the Fountain of Youth potion. So yeah, I mean, I liked this one quite a bit. I love Kevin McCarthy. He's awesome.
He's great.
And he's fun in this episode too. So I didn't know where they were going at first. I wasn't on board. Like I was just kind of like, I don't think this is gonna be a good one. But they ended up hitting their stride in the back end of it. So number 4, Curiosity Killed.
All right, top 3 here. My number 3 is Split Personality with Joe Pesci. This is where he plays the con man and wants all the inheritance, so he marries both twins with his fake twin self and gets caught.
Right.
But yeah, I loved it. I thought it was good.
Yeah.
Joe Pesci's awesome as always. The two twin girls did a good job. So yeah, number 3.
All right, my number 3 is King of the Road, the Brad Pitt drag racing episode. This is a really fun watch, really interesting. Not horror at all.
No,
nothing Tales from the Crypt about this.
I was waiting for something to happen. I was waiting for him to be a ghost or something. Is what
it's just a thriller.
Yeah.
Like, it's a good thriller. It was entertaining and kept me engaged. But yeah, I guess my only knock on it is just it doesn't feel like Tales from the Crypt at all. But still good enough to make it to my number 3 on this ranking, King of the Road.
All right. We're to my number 2, and it is King of the Road. Yeah, same thing. Brad Pitt's awesome.
I've just done the math here.
My number 1 is your
number 7. The one I disliked the most was your favorite. Of course it is.
Oh yeah, King of the Road. I liked it. It was cool to see that guy get his car back out and win his daughter back. You know,
it was good.
It was good, like you said though. It's not. I was waiting for Brad Pitt to be.
Yeah.
I thought Brad Pitt was going to be a ghost from that guy that he wrecked his car and that kid killed. I thought either he was going to be a ghost or the son of that guy or something.
Yeah, because I didn't say it before, but when he's trying to blackmail the Iceman into racing him, and he's got old newspaper clippings where like there was a manslaughter charge he beat.
Yeah.
And that would have made total sense.
Yeah.
But they never go that way.
No, they didn't. I was kind of disappointed in it. But yeah, it was still good. So number 2, King of the Road.
All right. My number 2 is Split Personality. Joe Pesci with the twins. This one's just fun and gory, and just seeing Joe Pesci pretending to be a flamboyant California dude is kind of fun. It's one of those ones that's not scary at all. It's just fun. And then the gore at the end is really cool. So, number 2, Split Personality.
That brings me to my number 1 and process of elimination. It is Steve's number
Cowboy
7.
Ghosts.
Yeah. Showdown. Richard Donner. This one more than any. I remember this one.
See, I did not ever see
remember
this one.
so I think it might have a little nostalgia to me.
Okay.
But I loved it. I really loved it. And you didn't like the idea that the ghosts all ride together, but I dug it. I thought it was cool, and they come back to help him. They're all spirits now. They're all dead. And he needed to get out. He needed to come to grips that he was dead, and he had been haunting in this place for years and years and years, and finally he come to grips that he's dead, and they ride off in the sunset.
See, when you explain it like that, maybe I would bump it up to like number 5 or 6.
But I
certainly
really
not
it.
to number 1.
It could be the nostalgia of it.
Yeah.
But,
I can say it's at least for sure this batch. I don't remember ever seeing any of these. So
okay.
Yeah, these were all first time watches.
This one I remember. Now my memory is it might be when they re-released them.
Yeah, like on Fox.
On Fox,
right.
Yeah. That could be what I'm remembering. But
yeah,
either or, I do remember watching this a long time ago.
Yep. All right. My number 1 is Strung Along, the puppeteer thing. I don't know. I think I felt like the acting was really strong, and then the whole ending sequence with the twist with him being, that's a similar twist we've seen before. But then you think it's just over. Like, that's the twist, they killed him. But then it keeps going with the next twist where the puppet really does come to life and kills them. And the effects at the end were cool. I just had a fun time with it. I mean, this is our second ventriloquist dummy episode. Or not ventriloquist dummy, but puppet dummy thing. So, and I think I liked this one more than the last one.
I think I did too. I agree.
So, my number 1 of this batch was Strung Along. Well, another one down where I don't think we had any matches that time. We had several that were one off of each other.
Like 6, 5, and 4. I think we all had them.
We were like orders. One staggered off, but yeah. Well, maybe seasons 5, 6, and 7 will have have the magic combination where we hit. So, all right. So let's do our season ranking, our top 13, and the snub. So this is our top 13 episodes from season 4, the complete season. It's mixing part 1 and part 2. Kicking it off with the snub. What is your least favorite of the whole season?
The new arrival. Child psychologist that tries to fix that young baby ghost, that little poltergeist lady's daughter.
Yep.
That's it. I wasn't a fan at all.
Yep. Well, I'm going to keep my list true here to what I have on paper. My snub is Showdown. I would probably if I had to redo it now, I would change that. But as it is on paper, Showdown, the Ghost Cowboys is my snub. Just wasn't feeling it.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
All right. So number 13. What is your 13?
I have Beauty Rest. That's the one where the Miss Autopsy at the end, they fighting for this role, and it ends up you got to die for it and be an autopsy.
Yeah. My number 13 is Beauty Rest. We have one. Same thing. Yep. It was pretty goofy. Kathy Ireland, but that was about it.
Yeah.
So.
All right. We're at number 12. I have Seance. That's the con artist couple try to trick the old woman into giving up all her money, and they bring back to life her late husband who gets retribution.
He does. My number 12 is Werewolf Concerto from the back half here. The werewolf stalking the people trapped in the hotel ski lodge. Yep, that one.
All right, brings me to number 11, and it is Werewolf Concerto.
Yeah, we're right there.
Yep.
All right, my number 11 is, and I know this is going to be higher on your list. My number 11 is This'll Kill Ya from the first half. This was one of your higher ones from the first half, and it was one of my lower ones. I didn't dislike it a lot, but I just felt like it had been done better. So that was the one where the medical researcher guy was having an affair with his...
Dylan McDermott's in it.
Yep. So that was that one. That was my 11.
All right, we're to number 10, and I have from the back half of season 4, Maniac at Large, the one where the librarian's assistant hears the maniac and ends up she is the serial killer. So, Maniac at Large, number 10.
My number 10 is Seance. You already had it. The con artist couple trying to scam the dude. There was some kissing cousin stuff where you thought it was his cousin, but he was going for it anyway. Yeah, it was just a middle of the road kind of meh episode for me. But number 10, Seance.
All right, number 9 for me is going to be Curiosity Killed. This is the one with the two Kevin McCarthy and Margot Kidder and her counterparts go on a camping trip and find the Fountain of Youth. It was good. This is probably the first one I'm really digging out of my list, which is pretty good.
Yeah,
because I have it at number 9. So.
Yep. My number 9 is The New Arrival, which was one of your... Was that your snub?
That was my snub.
Yeah, that's the child psychologist radio guy doing house calls with the psychic from Poltergeist. So even last time I liked this one more than you did. It's not great, but it had its moments. So number 9, The New Arrival.
All right, gets us to number 8, and I have On a Dead Man's Chest. This is where the guy gets it's from the first half of season 4. He gets the tattoo, and you don't get to pick your own tattoo, and ends up he has his lead singer's wife on it. And
Right.
He hates her, and
Right.
turns out it comes to life and kills him.
Yep.
So, On a Dead Man's Chest, number 8.
My number 8 is Maniac at Large, the librarian red herring episode. So, yeah, it was, we talked about it.
Yep.
That's where it is. Number 8.
All right, number 7, I have Strung Along, which was your number 1 on part B, second half of season 4. So I have it at number 7. I liked it. I really did. the marionette puppets. I think the acting was all good. I'm not sure why I have it this low, other than there was 6 more I like better.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, my number 7 then is Curiosity Killed, The Fountain of Youth, Old Couples Camping.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I liked that one a little more than you did, but it was really based on the back half of the episode where it really good effects and just Kevin McCarthy's a good time.
Yeah.
So.
All right, brings us to number 6. And on this one is from the first half of season 4, None But the Lonely Heart. This is where the con man marries the older women to inherit her money, and he ends up kills them, and they come back and haunt him in the end. So, yeah, None But the Lonely Heart, number 6.
My number 6 is King of the Road, the Brad Pitt drag racing episode.
I have number 5. Top 5 here.
King of the Road?
No.
Okay.
Split Personality, the one with Joe
Okay.
Pesci where he marries the twins and fakes his own twin to get all the money out of the 2 girls that ended up, they did kill their dad, and remember they couldn't share it.
And I forgot that part, yeah.
They couldn't share it. He couldn't give all his love to
each of them, so they ended up killing him. Yeah.
So Split Personality, number 5.
All right, my number 5 is On a Dead Man's Chest, the rock front man tattoo thing. That one. It was fun. A little goofy, but all the rock stuff.
Yeah,
and
you're a rock and roller.
It was in my wheelhouse. So number 5 On a Dead Man's Chest.
All right, we're getting to the top 4 now. I have Brad Pitt, King of the Road. I did like it, even though it's not horror.
Yeah.
There's some things I think I would have changed about it, but I liked it. I like the love of the father. He'll go to all ends to save his daughter. So good stuff. King of the Road, number 4.
All right, my number 4 is None But the Lonely Heart. The what was that guy's name? Treat Williams.
Yeah.
Yep. He is seducing old widowers and getting them to marry him. Then he poisons them and take their money, but they all come back to haunt him. So. None But the Lonely Heart, number 4.
All right, top 3.
Top 3.
All right, my number 3 is from the first half of season 4, and it is This Will Kill You, the one with Dylan McDermott.
Yep.
And prank goes wrong where his 2 assistants prank him and make him think he takes the virus, and turns out they were just doing a prank, and he ends up killing him because he learns at the very end that fuck.
Right. Yep.
So This Will Kill You, number 3.
All right, my number 3 is Split Personality, the Joe Pesci with twins. Just a fun episode.
Yeah, Joe Pesci's great.
He's really good in it.
Yeah, those girls are good too.
They are good. Yeah, the whole thing, I mean, is just, that's a fun one.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Number 2 is your snub. It is Showdown. I love it. Again,
I get it.
Nostalgic. And I'm a huge Western fan. My favorite movie of all time is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So I am a Western lover. I loved Young Guns, and this felt like a Young Guns.
It does have a little bit of a Young Guns
cheap
vibe.
Young Guns vibe, yeah. But I really liked it, and they're just coming to grips with death. I think we all, do that. I mean,
you've definitely. I mean, I can't undo it now, but you've talked me up on this episode a little bit. Not a lot, but to get it up a couple
get it
spots.
Out of the snub.
Yeah, it would have. Yeah.
Yeah. Showdown number 2.
Okay. My number 2 is Strung Along, the puppet.
Yeah.
Puppeteer. Double cross, triple cross, whatever.
Yeah.
It was fun. Good effects, good acting, good twists. So Strung Along
means we have the same number 1.
We do, and I figured we would.
Yeah, I kind of thought we would too.
Yeah.
So number 1 is going to be What's Cooking. This is one
so good.
Yeah, with Christopher Reeve and Meatloaf.
Yeah.
They start eating meatloaf.
Yep. Judd Nelson.
Yeah.
Such a good episode.
Oh, so good. I loved it. It's disgusting. It's tense. It's scary. It's just a lot of good stuff
Yeah.
going on this one.
Yeah.
You feel so bad for Christopher Reeve, the
Yes.
places he gets
Yeah.
into, and in the end, he's on board.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I mean, I went into this back half just already thinking there's probably nothing that's going to beat that.
I did too.
I mean, it's so good. An automatic, just an easy number one for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, today, my buddy, fan of the show, Jason Meisky, that author, he also does the Sample Chapter podcast. He texted me because he was listening to the episodes, and he said that What's Cooking was like his favorite episode when he was when the show was on. Like, it was always one of his favorite episodes. And
Yeah.
I was like, spoiler, it's still my number one for the whole season. So, yeah, that's a great one. So, all right, well, that will do it for Tales from the Crypt Season 4. So, we've got 3 seasons left. We're over halfway done now. We've got 3 seasons left. We've done 4 seasons, but check your calendars, folks, because as this episode airs, this is the last week of October or of August. So right around the corner, next week is going to be September, which is the birth month of Mr. Stephen King. And as we established last year, September is Stephen King September.
Yep.
And all our episodes from September will be Stephen King related. And though he is inspired by Tales from the Crypt, we are not going to, or the comics, we're going to put a pause on finishing this series. So we got Stephen King September, then we got Spooky Season October. So we will not come back to do Season 5 Part 1 until November on Quick Cut.
Yep.
So if you're struggling to keep up with us, you've got 2 months to catch it up now, because we're gonna take a little breather, do some other things, hit some themes. So, and I'm okay. I mean, I've loved watching all these Tales from the Crypt,
It's been great.
and I'm excited to finish the rest of it. But at the same time, it'll be nice to do something different. So yeah. Next week will be the first episode. There will be 5 episodes in September. So 5 Stephen King centric episodes. And the next one will be a deep dive movie review, and it is Rich's turn to pick. So, Rich, I don't know if you have your pick yet.
I have my pick.
You have your pick. So, what Stephen King movie will we be kicking off Stephen King September with?
I'm going to go for a big one.
All right.
This is a huge one, and it's probably my favorite adaptation of a Stephen King book, and I'm going to go with Misery.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yep.
Not what I thought you were going to say. I didn't really know, but I wouldn't have guessed Misery.
Yeah,
so.
I love the book, and I love
yeah.
the movie.
I'm right there with you. So, yeah, we'll get into all that next time. So, all right. So, we're going to kick off Stephen King September with, I believe that's 1990.
Yep.
Rob Reiner's Misery.
Mm-hmm.
So, hell yeah. So, yeah, I'm excited. So, when we get there, we'll talk about what Quick Cuts will be. Because last year, Stephen King September's, we did our top 13 Stephen King movie adaptations and then our top 13 Stephen King books. So, we'll do, for Quick Cut, there will be 2 Quick Cuts in Stephen King September this year, 3 deep dives. So, we'll talk next time on the Misery episode what that next one will be, because I don't know yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's some
Pining
options
to do.
Yeah. So we'll get into that then. So if you enjoyed the show, please like, rate, review, do what you do. Tell your friends about Never Not Horror. Help spread the word. We have merch at nevernothorror.dashery.com. You can pick up some swag there. Support us outside of the show, youtube.com/Rich Hansel. You can find his channel, steveclarkbooks.com, and you can find links to my stuff. As we said, next week kicks off Stephen King September with a deep dive movie review of Misery. And then we'll let you know after that. So, so do all the things. Spooky season's right around the corner. It's still hot as balls, but we're riding it out. I can smell fall in the air. It's coming.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost our time. So, so do all the things. Spread the word, tell your friends, and come back next week where whatever it is, it's never not horror.
Oh, yeah.
moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.